Welcome to Quays News. I'm Leonie Hustleby and this is your lunchtime update. John Motson, the legendary football commentator, has died at the age of 77. The Salford-born football fanatic dedicated 50 years of his life to the BBC and commentated on over 2,500 games on TV and radio. The world of football has been reacting all morning to the news of Motson's TalkSport colleague Barry Swain told us of his admiration for the late commentator.
No one commentator is everyone's cup of tea, but he was a pretty good cup of tea in football commentary terms. And I think that's probably a good way of summing him up. But he's a legend. He is a legend, you know. And I don't like using the word legend in football in life in general, but you've got to give this guy legendary status. And, you know, not just because he's just passed away, he was a legend.
Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer is in Manchester to announce a list of new measures that Labour believe will address long-standing problems. In his speech, Starmer said that if in power, Labour would sustain the highest sustained growth in the G7, make the UK a clean energy superpower and reforming the police to make Britain's streets safer.
You in partnership, sleeves rolled up, working for the national interest. Not command and control, Whitehall knows best, but an approach that understands what national renewal means. Change for all, from all.
3 teenagers have been arrested on suspicion of assault after an incident on Tuesday night involving a 19-year-old girl who was covered in bleach. Chief Inspector Darren Whitehead from Greater Manchester Police's Salford district said fortunately this incident has not resulted in more serious consequences, but senseless acts of this nature have the potential to cause life-changing injuries. After being shut for over a year and a half, Manchester Museum has reopened its doors following a £15 million transformation. The museum saw over 5,500 visitors each day of the opening weekend, with new permanent art galleries and a new dinosaur display. With long queues continuing throughout this week, the museum is hopeful these new attractions will maintain high visitor numbers. And exciting news for Salford Red Devils. Captain Callum Watkins extends his contract with the club for 3 more years. Since his arrival at Salford in 2020, the club have reached the Challenge Cup final and were within 80 minutes of the grand final last season. After last week's college shooting in Michigan, one exchange student from Michigan studying at the University of Salford shares her experiences and reactions to the latest college shooting in America. We'll hear from her on our 4:15 programme. 3 students were killed in the attack and 5 students were injured when a gunman opened fire at Michigan State University last Tuesday. That's all for now. Join us later on our programme.